Give me your ID or I will arrest you.
Another innocent woman shot to death by American police officers. In July 2017, Australian woman Justine Ruszczyk, also known as Justine Damond, was fatally shot in Minneapolis by police officer Mohamed Noor after she called 911 to report a prowler out back. When Ruszczyk approached the police squad car in her pyjamas, Noor shot her through the driver's window, killing her instantly.
Memorials written in chalk and a demand for answers in Minneapolis on Monday, where investigators are trying to understand what led a police officer to shoot and kill an unarmed woman over the weekend. Police on Saturday night responded to a 911 call of a possible assault. After cops arrived on the scene, one of them fired their weapon, killing Justine Damond. Damond, an Australian citizen living in the U.S. She owned a meditation and life coaching business and was engaged to marry an American. Investigators say the officers' body cameras were not turned on. The mayor on Sunday seeking answers as to why.
I share the same questions other people have about why we don't have body cam footage of it, and I hope to get answers to that in the days coming. I'm deeply disturbed by the whole incident.
The Minneapolis Star-Tribune citing 3 unnamed sources that 2 officers in one squad car responded to the 911 call. They encountered Damond in an alley. Damond was wearing pajamas and speaking to the driver when the officer in the passenger seat fired his gun through the driver's side door. U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, visiting Minnesota Monday for a national meeting of state prosecutors, did not specifically address the shooting, but said this.
We will aggressively prosecute federal or state officers who violate civil rights of our citizens. That can never be accepted. But we will take care to never demean or offer unwarranted criticism of the honorable, brave, and professional law enforcement officers who protect us every day.
Local media quoting police reporting the officers who responded to the 911 call have been placed on administrative leave.
Noor's actions highlighted the constant and reckless use of deadly force by psychopathic American police officers. Noor was convicted of third-degree murder and manslaughter, yet he initially received only 12.5 years imprisonment, which is far below the maximum possible sentence, and even this inadequate sentence was later reduced to less than 5 years after his murder conviction was overturned on appeal. This is obviously totally inadequate for the taking of an innocent woman's life. It is abundantly clear that in the United States, police officers routinely kill civilians, particularly women and minorities, and yet they do not ever seem to face any serious consequences. And this reinforces a culture of impunity for police murders in the United States. Now, there is no way that the final outcome of this case represents any kind of justice. Once again, an American cop shot and killed an innocent person who had sought help from the police, and the justice system let him get away with it.
For the first time, we are seeing some of the evidence from the trial of former officer Mohamed Noor, who was convicted of murder in the shooting death of Justine Ruszczyk Damond. Lou Raguth digs into the information. We have blurred parts of video, but some might still find the content disturbing.
I can hear someone out the back, and I'm not sure if she's having sex or being raped.
This 911 call from Justine Ruszczyk Damond is what eventually led officers Mohamed Noor and Matthew Harity to the alley behind her South Minneapolis home.
It sounds like sex noises, but it's been going on for a while, and I think I just heard help, and it sounds distressed.
8 minutes later, Justine called 911 again, wondering where the officers are.
Yep, officers are on the way there.
5 more minutes pass, and after approaching the police car with her cell phone in her hand, Justine was shot dead.
Stay with me.
A teen passing on his bike shot this cell phone video right after the shooting.
What's happening, sir?
Just back up for him. Just back up. You can videotape. Just back up.
51st and Washburn?
Yep.
Other Minneapolis police officers, hearing the radio call of shots fired, respond. They think they need to look for a shooting suspect. No one says exactly what happened.
Is there anybody else? No. It's officer shot. Officer shoot it. Okay.
The jury in the Mohamed Noor trial saw all these videos and more. Here, just minutes after the shooting,
what's going on?
We hear from Noor's partner, Matthew Harity.
The call over here, someone was screaming in the back. We pulled up here. We were about ready to just clear and go to another call. She just came up out of nowhere on the side of the thing, and we both got spooked. I had my gun out, I didn't fire, and then Noor pulled out and fired.
Prosecutors said the videos show officers covering for each other. There's Noor.
You all right? Yeah. Just keep your mouth shut until you have to say anything to anybody.
And Sergeant Shannon Barnett admitted in testimony she did not mean to record this video. Her body camera captured it without sound because the cameras include a 30-second cache prior to pushing the button. Take another look. Prosecutors say Noor is demonstrating to Barnett how he fired the shot.
Find out the direction he shot and all that.
He was in the car.
But on the witness stand, Barnett said Noor never told her anything about the shooting, even though under MPD policy, she was supposed to ask a couple basic questions, like the direction of the shot. The videos show confusion.
At first I thought maybe he shot at somebody.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
he hit the person?
In the stomach.
Really?
I don't know what that
Shut up.
Yeah.
And they also show the officers turning their body cameras on and off.
Are we supposed to keep ours on this whole time? I don't know.
Yeah, turn it off. Turn it off. It's not right now.
It took hours before officers figured out the victim was Justine. Barnett even left her a voicemail from the crime scene.
Hey, Justine, this is Sergeant Barnett, Minneapolis Police. Say, I know you called in on a unknown trouble call of a woman screaming, and I have a question for you, and it's pretty important. If you could call me back as soon as you get this, please.
The one thing not captured in the evidence was Justine approaching the car and the shot itself. But the jury still decided it was murder.
And the court is still in the process of redacting the body cameras of Noor and Harity and the first officers who arrived after the shooting because of the graphic content. Now we have more of the trial exhibits available on KARE11.com.
And they were calling her because they didn't realize she was the person.
Yeah, Sergeant Barnett,
you
this is hours later. She doesn't know who the victim is on the ground, so she calls Justine based on the number of that initial 911 call.
All right. Thank you, Lou.
Mohamed Noor's murder conviction and 12.5-year sentence are tossed after the Minnesota Supreme Court reviewed the former Minneapolis police officer's appeal. Noor will be resentenced for second-degree manslaughter. The jury also found him guilty of that charge, and that conviction will stand. Noor has already spent 29 months in prison, so if the judge follows the presumptive guideline sentence for that charge, he could be freed next month.
The court may sentence you to between 41 months and 57 months. That is the range. You did shoot across the nose of your partner. You did endanger a bicyclist and residents of a community of surrounding houses on a summer Saturday evening. One household was entertaining guests on a porch adjacent to the gunfire. These factors of endangering the public make your crime of manslaughter appropriate for high end of the guideline spots. I hereby sentence you to the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 57 months. You will receive credit for the 908 days you have spent in custody. You have previously submitted DNA to the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension back in July of 2017. I hereby remand you to the custody of the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. Good luck, sir.
An appalling case, an appalling murder, and yet again, another appalling lack of justice. In the next video, we'll revisit the case of the 57-year-old Indian man who was visiting relatives in the state of Alabama and was brutally assaulted and permanently crippled by American police officers.
Talk to you real quick.
Sureshbhai Patel is about to meet two officers from the Madison, Alabama Police Department. A dashboard camera in one of the officers' cars records the conversation.
What's going on, sir? Do what?
And what follows. 57-year-old Patel is tackled to the ground, the incident recorded by a different camera in a second car. Police say they'd received a call about a suspicious person.